Hi, I'm Annika. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do some yin. All you need is a mat, maybe a block or a rolled up towel. And let's just relax. Yin, we're going to hold the shapes. We're not moving around the mat. It's super gentle. Just go with it. Let's get started. Satya, truthfulness. A niyama, yama, niyama, the yoga philosophies. Let's just start with our hands. Interlace your fingers, point a finger like pew, pew, pew. It's called Kali Mudra. Mudra is an energetic seal. So I'd like you to take the Kali Mudra. This just encourages energy of, it's almost warrior energy, fierceless. It's a truth, right? It's almost like cutting through bullshit in life. So get your hands in this mudra, bring them in towards your heart. Sit your bum comfortably. So Satya, the yogic philosophies, yoga, so much more than just a series of movements, of postures. It actually is a way of life that can guide you into, just living a bit more bloody peacefully, right? It's kind of like, so I describe them as like 10 commandments, but they're not so strict. They're not thou shalt not. They are, hey, how's about looking at life like this? So Satya, truthfulness, asking us to live in truth. Hands in your Kali Mudra. If you allow the eyes to close, start to just settle in and feel your body. Hello, right on time, just when we get started. Mwah, I love you. Oh, there we go. That's a nice start to yoga. Just listening to all the external sounds going on around you. And now begin to focus on your inner environment. Let's do a little scan of your body, maybe starting with all the points of contact on your mat. Feel your feet, the outside edges. Your sits bones. Your spine may be sitting up a little taller. And now follow the breath in through the nose all the way down into the belly. And all the way back out as you draw the belly button in and up. So just settling into your body, settling into your mat, your space, settling into this moment. This moment in time, we're creating a little bit of a pause in time. A little bit of a pause to sit and contemplate our truth. Satya. Take a deep inhale. Lift the fingers, the hands, point those fingers up to the sky, lengthening the spine. And exhale, just draw them all the way down to the ground, to the floor. Release the hands down onto the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale slowly. Just lower the chin towards the chest. Really just surrendering to the truth of what is in your life right now. See if you can let go a little bit more. Relax a little bit more, drop the head a little bit deeper. If you're feeling too much discomfort in the hips, you can sit on a towel, on a block, on a blanket. Just raise yourself up so the knees fall apart a little easier. Soften where you can. Slowly, just rising halfway up from where you are right now. Just walk the hands over to the left as far as you can go while keeping that right sit bone on the ground, and slowly begin to lower down again. Chin coming in last. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, just soften, soften, soften. You're probably getting a signal from that right hip, or maybe I'm just projecting onto all of you. So when those signals come from the body in this practice of yin, we try to direct our mind just to the breath, because we're making an agreement with ourselves just to sit with the signal, sit with the, not pain, sit with the sensation, right? Override it because it's a signal, but we don't have to react to every signal. We can sit with it, feel into it, and maybe it will dissipate. Or maybe we can redirect our thoughts. So one way is give the mind something to do, which is simply to follow the breath. You can also give the mind a mantra. A mantra is an energetic sound, words that create a vibration in our consciousness, in our energetic system, our energetic field. That's why people use mantra in meditations. So it calms the mind, but it also raises your vibrational frequency. A nice one when we're talking about truthfulness can be Sat Nam. Sat Nam. I am truth. Sat Nam. So inhale Sat, exhale Nam. Sat Nam. Try it, see if it works for you. Slowly walk the hands to the opposite knee, and let's Satnam ourselves on the other side. Take an inhale and exhale, gently lower. You might notice on one side it's a little more challenging than the other. Left or right side of the body, both giving you big hints about your energy. Are you sitting in your masculine energy more, which is any kind of ailments on the right side of the body? That yang masculine energy is the doing, giving, overdoing energy. Or do you struggle more on your left side, your feminine, your yin energy? Gentle, maybe not receiving. Yang, too much doing. Yin, not enough doing. Yang, over-giving. Yin, under-receiving. So they're always great signals to start paying attention to. The more we see ourselves as energetic beings, vibrating at a frequency which quantum physics proves, right? The more we can work with our energy. There's energy in all the words we use. There's energy in our actions, obviously, our movement. But there's also energy in our thoughts. Truthfulness, satya, vibrating high. Slowly, just rise. Staying over on that right side, just untuck your left leg and roll onto your side. We're on our right side now. Just tuck the knees up. Just use the bottom arm like a pillow. Tuck the knees up. You can bring one hand just in front, just to rest for a moment. How much truth is in your day-to-day life? Just releasing the head, placing that right hand on top of the knee, and just extend your left hand overhead. Open out the palm to the ceiling, and you can turn your head towards your armpit. Now you can shuffle the knees up a little bit more. It's a little gentle spinal rotation. So satya, not just saying, so like the Ten Commandments, thou shalt not lie. It's asking you to be truthful, not telling you not what to do, or what not to do, rather. But where can you find more truth in your existence? So not just don't lie to people, because that's harming people and harming yourself with your lies, but examining, why do we lie? What are we afraid of? Why are we afraid often of telling the truth? It's Carl Jung, I'll have to paraphrase, but he said, we wouldn't lie unless the truth was thought to be dangerous. Telling half-truths, telling full-blown out bullshit. Why do we do it? When I was much younger, I was in a relationship and I used to lie. He would call and say, "Where are you? Are you coming home?" And I would say I was like closer to home than I really was. And I used to think, why am I lying about where I am? And it was just to avoid arguments or just moaning. It was really weird. That lesson took me 4 years to learn. The next relationship, I said, I will never, ever, ever lie again. It wasn't worth the energy. It was so exhausting. And it was just because of fear and just didn't want to have the bitching and moaning. So it's interesting. Slowly release the top arm. Rolling onto your back nice and gently. Just take the knees to the ceiling. Bring the hands down by the sides. Toe heel the feet together and allow the knees to fall apart. Maybe left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly. Take a deep inhale and a soft, soft sigh out. These two parts of the body will always keep you in check. The belly, the stomach, the gut feeling is a gut feeling, not truth. You feel it in your gut. Your heart expands when you stand in your truth. Satya encourages a higher vibration. Slowly drawing the knees together. You might have to help them with your hands. Take a breath. And slowly just shuffle over to one side of your mat. Allow the knees to fall over to the left. Bringing your left hand on top of your knee and extending your right hand up behind your head. Just turn your gaze into your armpit. Soft inhale and just relax. So Satya asks us, as well as not encouraging us not to lie to others, but asks us how we are lying to ourselves. How can we expand into our truth? Living according to our inner truth, our purpose, our greatest, highest expression of consciousness. Picking up pizza last night, I chatted to the chef. He's a part-time chef with a serious career type job, but his passion is working in a little gourmet, beautiful gourmet, hole-in-the-wall restaurant close to my home. He does his proper day job, and then by night he comes to the restaurant and just cooks up gourmet meals for just a few people. I asked him how he was doing, and he said, great, but my job, I'm tired with my regular job. And he goes, but I love this so much. And I said, so quit your job. Trust your truth. This is your passion. Don't be afraid. Telling ourselves lies holds us stuck where we are because it's often more comfortable. And it may be uncomfortable moving into your truth. My friend the chef, should he quit his proper job, may have some financial discomfort as he transitions, but I like to say where the attention goes, the energy flows. If your attention goes into moving into your passion, your purpose, think about the energy that's going to open up. How can you fail if you just trust your truth? Slowly releasing, drawing the arm down first. Come back onto your back. Just hugging the knees slowly in towards the body. Just taking hold on top of the knees and just make a small circle with the knee all the way round, as though you have a clock face on your sacrum, that flat lower back area just above your bum crack. Just inhale round the clock face for me. Maybe changing directions. Just hugging the left knee in, extend the right leg long. You can hover the foot just off your mat a couple of inches. I want you to feel the length of the body, pointing the toe, the energy from the tip of your toe to the crown of your head. It's engaged, it's flowing. Good, now just allow the heel to touch your mat, the floor. Maybe just rotating your ankle here. Maybe placing your right hand on the hip just to hold it down. And if it's available to you, grabbing the big toe with the peace fingers. There's a lot of compression in the hip, so if that's a little uncomfortable or you just can't reach, just take hold of the knee right below the kneecap. I'm teaching 9 yoga classes a week. I should be able to grab my bloody big toe, right? So if you can't, chill out, relax. It's where you are. It's all good. If you've got the big toe or hold of the knee, just try to extend the heel up towards the ceiling for me. This is going to pull a little through the fascia in the heel, the Achilles, so be gentle. If it feels better holding the back of the calf, even the back of the thigh, just interlace your fingers, but up towards the kneecap, so you get that release through the glute, through the bum, the hamstring. So choose what's comfortable for you and find some stillness in the shape. Telling yourself the truth. It might take some time for you to find your truth because you're so tied up in the life that you've created for yourself. But the more you spend time in stillness, doing yoga, meditation, maybe outside in nature, which is a form of meditation, a form of yoga, the more the truth will start to bust through. It's like light finding a way through the cracks in a wall. A crack through the drapes that you might have drawn across the windows into yourself. Slowly, see if you can open out to the side. And if you have the leg extended, you could curl the heel back in and just open out the knee. So knee to the side or extension of the leg out to the side. Using that right hand to just lock down the hip, and you can also flex out your foot, the bottom foot, just to give you a little bit more stability. And if you keep falling over to the side, it's all good. It's okay. Just come back. could also position a block right under your thigh, if you like, to give you a little more support there. And breathe. You can turn your head to one side if you like. Slowly release the toe, slowly allowing the heel to come in and draw the knee back into center. Give it a squeeze. And extend it long to join your other foot. Just let the hips settle, maybe take a good morning stretch. Point the toes. Oh, that feels so good. Oh. Hugging in your right knee towards your chest. Oh, that's my blue. Maybe taking the left hand onto the hip, binding the big toe if you would like to try the bind, and just extending the leg, the heel up towards the ceiling. Maybe you could even bring a little bend into the supporting leg. Just try, see where you're wanting to feel the back of the hamstring, behind the knee, all down the back side of the leg, the glute. So as you get to know your body better, you can find a shape that works for you, and maybe it's enough for you today to be holding your knee in. Maybe playing with the hands behind the knee. So find what works for you. What is your truth? See how this stuff works. It's not just the word. There's so many interpretations and invitations to explore the meaning. Authenticity means real. Authentic, an authentic item, real, not fake. We hear authenticity a lot at the moment in terms of our actions, our behaviors, who we are being. Is who we are being authentic is who we are being, the real version of ourselves, our truth, our true version. And if not, why not? Are we being nice or are we being real? It's a pattern we definitely get caught up in. We're being nice so that people will like us, like the version of ourselves that we're presenting, maybe. We're being nice because we think that's what's expected of us by society, by our family, friends, community. Slowly open the leg or the knee out to the side. I didn't forget. It's like, stop talking and let's open our bloody legs out to the side. Don't quote me on that one. I think that during these months of self-quarantine, we've had a lot of time for things to come up, a lot of space in our lives for things and thoughts to emerge, come into our consciousness, to maybe question ourselves, where are we being authentic to ourselves? Maybe that was the whole reason for this giant global event. Everything coming into question, truth. As a society, we're questioning our attitudes to race, to gender, towards our planet. Everything's coming up. Lies are being illuminated, lit up. So our very way of being, coming out of the darkness into the light, perhaps. And how beautiful is that? Try to soften a little deeper. Try to breathe a little deeper. Slowly and very, very slowly, draw the leg back. Draw the heel into the bum and then draw the leg back through center. Give it a squeeze. Then let it go, nice and long. Maybe a good morning stretch. Release the fingers, release the toes. I yawn and I stretch and I automatically yawn. Oh. Take a breath. Drawing the heels back up towards the bum. Crossing left ankle over right knee. Just open out that knee for a moment. I was going to try something there, but my hip revolted. Draw the hands behind the thigh, interlace the fingers, and lift that right heel off the mat. Just relax the foot, relax your head back down, and just settle in. So targeting the hip. You could also see if you can interlace your fingers on top of the knee for a slightly deeper release. I'm just going to stay behind my thigh today because everything feels a little tight, including my yoga pants. Maybe it was the pizza last night, but it was worth it. Slowly release, uncross the ankle, release your grip, squeeze your knees in. Maybe just extending the legs high to the sky, bring your hands down by your sides, point, flex the feet. Maybe rotate them in a circle. Drawing the knees back in. This time crossing right ankle over your left knee. Just open up that hip, just let it sit there and find its way into the shape slowly. Take a breath. And when you're ready, maybe sliding the hands behind the thigh, interlacing the fingers. Maybe interlace them the other way. The way that I just thought I had a finger missing. There's the way we always do things, and then there's another way. The path less traveled. The fingers less intertwined. It feels weird. We get so used to doing things the same way. So are you being you? That might throw up too many questions like, who are you really? That's a biggie. Nice or real? A lot of freedom in being real. A lot of energy in being real. A lot of suppression in just being what you think everybody expects you to be. Suppression of energy versus expression of energy. I do both of these things. When I teach, sometimes I feel like I have to be nice, a nice yoga teacher. And then the real me will bust out every now and again and talk about not trapping your testicles in your legs. Things like that. Right? Both sides are me. But I often think that I'm supposed to just be nice and teach yoga in a nice soft voice. So much more fun and real to just tell it as it is. And if I had a cup of coffee and a joke busts out, it is what it is. Because that's my truth. I had a friend once give me some advice that I shouldn't use swear words in yoga. And people didn't want to come to my class because I would swear occasionally when making a point. I smiled, said, actually, I disagree. Our words carry truth. Our words carry energy, and it's all in the intention of how we use our words, the intention behind our words. And the people that hear my truth will join me for yoga. because they recognize an element of my truth in themselves. Through life we gather mirror images of ourselves, mirrors to reflect a part of ourselves that we need to pay attention to, or maybe encourage us to grow in that same way. That's all our relationships in our lives, mirrors, reflecting a part of us back to ourselves, reflecting the truth. Mirrors are kind of annoying, right? Sometimes. I think the one in my bedroom's broken. I don't look like that, right? Slowly unwind, hug the knees into the chest. Extending the legs back up towards the ceiling, maybe sliding the hands through the middle of the legs and taking hold of the outside edge of your feet for happy baby. Draw the knees down towards the armpits. So just make sure your elbows are inside the knees, hands outside edges of the feet. You can rock side to side or just enjoy the compression in the hip. Maybe press the tailbone down towards the mat. Notice the subtleties. So what part of you, what part of your truth could do with a little bit of sunshine, could do with coming out into the light, maybe spreading light with your truth, something that you could express and share. We all need as much light right now that we can get. Just trust your truth will light your way. Slowly release. Just bringing the feet back down to the mat. Just extending the legs long. Bringing the hands out to the side. Arms facing up to receive the gifts of your practice. Take a soft inhale, a soft exhale. Slowly just bringing your awareness back into your body, your space suit, traveling through space, looking out from your visor, your eyes. Bringing a little life into the fingers, into the toes. Maybe a good morning stretch. If it's morning for you or evening for you, it's nothing like a good stretch. Hugging the knees in towards the chest. And just rolling over onto your right side. Just use your bottom arm as a pillow. Softly opening the eyes when you're ready. Pressing yourself up to a cross-legged seated position to seal in our practice. Bringing the hands together in front of the heart. You can draw your chin down, your forehead down, this energetic seal. Palms together, just signaling everything coming from the heart. Your intention, your truth coming from your heart. The most expansive, energetic processor imaginable. Sending our energy out to anybody that needs it today. We're releasing it out and sending it with our blessings. Our thoughts carry energy. So just be mindful. Satya, truth. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. That's the true meaning of Namaste.